Sure, it's got to be here somewhere.
Lucy, we have to find it. If someone saw my father walking around the hospital with blood all over him, we have to have the evidence to prove that it didn't come from Bennett Devlin.
Well, it didn't. Did it, right? It didn't. It didn't.
You know that, and I know that, all right? Now imagine what the press could do with something like that.
Whoa! That is a terrible smell! What in the heaven's name are you doing?
Oh, you know, that shirt that you tossed out, it just had that little teeny itty-bitty stain of blood. I found this great new stain remover that I thought I'd use to get it out, and you can save the shirt.
Lucy, I asked you not to go to any trouble. All this bother for an old shirt?
Well, actually, it's no trouble at all, because you just looked so darn handsome in that shirt.
It did look awfully good on you. Do you have any idea where it might be?
Yes, I put it in the trash outside.
Oh, outside, of course. I'll get it.
Too late. The garbage collectors came a few minutes ago. It's gone.
So you're representing Eve Lambert in her harassment suit against Devlin and General Hospital, correct?
No flies on you today, Garcia.
Devlin also kicked your daughter out of the lab, stole her research.
What do you need me for? Why don't you just interrogate yourself?
Yeah, you had a lot of reasons to be furious with Devlin. Did it feel personal, the way he came after your daughter and your girlfriend?
Girlfriend? I got a girlfriend? That's news to me. What does she look like? Nice figure?
What do you call Eve Lambert?
Oh, Eve, she's a friend, you know, an employee.
Come on, Scott, it's more than that.
What are you, listening to gossip around town now?
All right. When Devlin hit your friend, I bet you really went off.
Well, you know, I was gonna go have a little discussion with him.
A little discussion with him.
No, that's what I was gonna do, but, you know, and had I got there and had he, you know, insulted me or something like that, I probably would have knocked him into next Thursday, but that didn't happen.
So you never found him?
No. There was nobody in the lab. Get it? You know, nobody.
I like that. That's really funny. Did anybody see you near the lab?
Not that I recall.
Anything else I should know about? Now's your chance.
Meaning what?
You're the lawyer. Figure it out.
Well, you know, the old Cracker Barrel ain't what it used to be.
Well, then let me help you out. Anything about Eve Lambert I should know about?
You're up, Eve.
Did you tell him?
Tell him what?
Dr. Lambert, I appreciate you waiting. I'll try not to keep you too much longer.
You really shouldn't do this without an attorney.
Are you trying to spook my guest here? Don't listen to him. I'm really a very nice guy.
Yeah, don't let his slick exterior fool you.
So how about it, counselor? Care to escort me inside?
I have nothing else to do today. Let's go.
Let me guess. You saw me coming up the drive and you planted yourself in that chair to show me the picture of the perfect student.
Well, would you like to hear about the cellular function of mitochondria?
Nope. Anybody give you any crap at school today?
No, a football player OD'd over the weekend. He's everybody's favorite subject.
Good.
I had my first meeting with the family services shrink.
How was that?
Well, he just wanted to make sure I'm okay, you know.
You're fine.
You think so?
I know so.
Where's Julie?
She's at the hospital chapel. We, went over some funeral arrangements for her father, and she wanted some time alone.
She must be really sad. I'll try to stay out of her way.
That'd be a good idea.
It's the only thing I can think of to help her.
You have been a big help to me already. How much of my medication do you have stashed?
I gave you all there was.
You're kidding. That was barely enough for one injection.
Well, that's all I can get from
I
Douglas'
need
lab.
that stuff to stay well.
So what's gonna happen to you now?
Not a thing. I have other sources. I just have to go get some more. That's all.
I'm sure you remember Victor Collins. He's sort of a dignified, delightful older gentleman.
Delightful, but a bit difficult. He's about 5'10", gray.
Oh, yes. I took blood from him yesterday.
He's on the forgetful side.
I noticed.
Oh, we're certainly not saying that you did anything wrong. In any way, we're not blaming you for
Oh, no, of course not. But you can imagine our anxiety when we picked him up from the lab and he had blood on his shirt.
And you know, we're just trying to make sure that he's not hurting himself or anything. And so when he claims that you spilled the blood, we want to make sure. I'm sure he probably resisted or got carried away or tried to run away.
Lucy, why don't we just let the nice lady tell us what happened?
Yeah, good idea. Okay.
It was my fault. I did accidentally spill on your father. I turned to get some towels to clean up, and he left. I guess he was irritated. But it was definitely his own blood. He was never, I repeat, never exposed to anybody else.
That's comforting. It's all right. We're just relieved to hear you confirm what he told us.
Oh, and please send me the cleaning bill.
Oh,
no, don't be silly.
It's fun. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Ta. Okay. Whew. So, it wasn't Devlin's blood.
Now, if the reporters zero in on him, his story checks out.
Right, the story. You didn't really think that your father did it, right?
You want the ungilded truth?
Ungilded truth.
I have no clue what my father would do. I can't predict his behavior. He was locked away for years, and we Collins aren't exactly known for our mental stability.
He's really eccentric, but I don't think he's a killer.
There's already one in the family.
Hey, please don't say that. I'm not going to let you go there, okay? Look, the situation's cleared up. He's okay. You're okay. I'm okay. We're all okay. We're
Lucy,
okay
you sound like the
together.
title of a self-help book.
Please let it go.
It's gone.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go home. Devlin's death has thrown a lot of business your way, isn't it, Scott?
Get lemons, you make lemonade.
How about you, Doc? You consider Devlin's death to be a lemon?
Are you asking me if I think Bennett's passing is sad news?
You were involved with the guy. How do you feel about what happened?
Well, I think it's too bad that one man had so many enemies.
Why don't you tell me about the day of the murder?
We had one of our usual run-ins.
Wanted to play hardball. Well, welcome to the big leagues. You have exactly an hour to withdraw your complaint, or I tell the world that you earned your way through college flat on your back as a hooker.
Did your fights usually include physical violence? Did he ever hit you before when you were involved?
No, he'd never hit me before.
So this was more than the usual run-in?
Well, I suppose so. Bennett and I just came back from our first meeting with the board after my harassment suit. Things did not go too well for him. I was thrilled, and I rubbed it in his face, and he hit me.
What'd you do after he hit you?
I told him I'd get him for it.
Well, she meant that she was going to file charges,
Right.
of course. But you didn't.
He was dead.
Where was Dr. Ramsey when all this occurred?
You're the ex-mistress, who everybody knows had a knockdown, drag-out fight with the dearly departed before he got smoked with a fountain pen. Go ahead. Tell Garcia the truth if you want. I can take my chances with the police. Can you?
Chris Ramsey is your alibi, isn't he?
Let me tell you something, Detective. Bennett Devlin was the worst mistake of my life. We were wrong from beginning to end. He was a despicable man. And if I had killed him, I'd be crowing about it from the highest rooftop.
You're not afraid of the law, Doc?
I'd claim self-defense. I'd go for maximum coverage. I would get every woman's group in the country to stand behind me. No jury with a woman on it would convict me.
Well, of course, none of this happened.
Oh, of course. I'll make a note of it. It's an interesting fantasy, though, Doc. Sex, death, revenge. It's all in there.
Yeah, well, look, we're not on Fantasy Island, so I'm going to escort my client out of here.
One more thing, Doc. You never answered my question about your alibi.
Chris Ramsey said that he heard me fighting with Devlin and came in and took me to the on-call room, where we stayed. Several people saw us, including my attorney.
True.
Is that what happened, according to your memory?
Well, you know, my memory's a little fuzzy. It's not every day I get hit in the eye.
Funny thing about fuzzy stories, they really make me very, very curious.
Maybe it's just the fight that was fuzzy. I distinctly remember Chris Ramsey coming in and taking me away from Devlin.
And from there you went to the on-call room.
We stayed there until we heard the news about Devlin.
Chris Ramsey stayed there with you?
Right.
So you're each other's alibis?
Yes. That's what I stand by. It's the truth.